Welcome to G.O.S.T Stories, hosted by LocalMed, where we share stories of some of the remarkable friends in dentistry we've had the opportunity to meet, partner with, and serve.
Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa and I am LocalMed Strategic Partnership Manager. I am here with our social media ambassador and everyone's favorite goat, G.O.S.T, G.O.S.T the GOAT. As you may recall, G.O.S.T stands for Get Online Scheduling Today. And we're very excited because in this chapter of G.O.S.T Stories, we have someone who's always looking very sharp and black, Mr. Andre Shirdan. Hi Andre, how are you?
Hey Vanessa, how's it going? Good to see you finally.
I know. Andre and I and G.O.S.T have had some great adventures these last couple of months where we were in Jamaica at Delivering Wow with Dr. Anissa Holmes. We were on a cruise ship to Mexico for Smiles at Sea. We were working though, right? This wasn't just fun vacation.
Yes. I almost got denied getting into Jamaica because I told them I was working.
Yeah, I can that could be a problem at times when traveling internationally there, but it was a good time. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, so Andre, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
So I own the company, The Crew Process, and what we do is we work with offices to break the idea of teamwork and get down to crew work, which is to me a little bit different. It's about getting everybody on the same page from a philosophy standpoint, and get everybody focused on a goal other than just kinship and friendship and liking each other. It's really about focusing on goals. And my background is honestly working with companies like Walt Disney, with Ritz-Carlton, and
that's exciting.
Selling really high-end couture clothing. So those guys sent me to training through the Ritz-Carlton, through Disney, and gave me a background of customer service that is different than what we do in dentistry. But now, 30 years later, work in the dental field, I've incorporated all those things I learned outside of dentistry into what we do and what we teach in dentistry. So, like what we love about social media and what we love about bringing people into the practice is great, but what I focus on is how do we keep them there. So that's a lot about what we do.
It's definitely needed in the dental industry. There's so many different factors that go into not only bringing patients into the office, but also keeping them in the office. I mean, there's dental offices, there's so much competition out there. There's a dentist on every corner. And so patients really do have the option of where they want to go. And just because they come in initially doesn't mean they're going to stay there either. And having patients stay at your practice for many years, that's really where your practice is going to grow and continue to grow.
Yeah. It's amazing because, so many people look at a statistic like 20 to 25 new patients a month, but they never look at the back door. They never look at the attrition rates. And, for me, that's a bigger question because when you have attrition, you also have great opportunities to have really bad reviews on, say, Yelp or something. So that's what I always look at is, what's happening to the back door. Yeah, you can get 25 new patients a month, but ultimately you're going to run out of space. So there's got to be something else happening.
Exactly.
And a lot of it is just, in what I see on a regular basis is we just have a problem getting people in the schedule. It's really all about getting them in the schedule, getting them scheduled properly, getting them locked into convenient scheduling, and then having a place so that they're basically recycled. Recall is a great word, but I think more like recycling. We want them back in our practice every 6 months. I had a slide at a presentation I did last night talking about, we should treat people like family, which is avoid them at all cost, get money from them, and see them twice a year.
I love
that. That's really what it's all about, is that's what we need to work on and make sure that we see them like that, see them religiously at Easter and at Christmas. That's what we want to do. We want to see them twice a year, and we want them in our cycle, and just keep them there. And if that's the case, we get to a certain level, we don't need new patients in theory until some die off or they're done with treatment.
Exactly, yeah. And obviously with LocalMed's online scheduling feature, it does make it much easier for them to make that follow-up appointment if needed, or even as a new patient, make that appointment. A lot of times when a patient comes into the office, they will create that follow-up appointment with the front desk, but about 30% don't. They walk out that door without that follow-up appointment, and life just gets in the way. Things get busy. And, when they go to when they either call the office or go to their website to book that follow-up appointment, is going to make it so much easier for them where they can book it at any time, 24/7, versus they call the office, they're closed, like, well, I'll come tomorrow. And then they just forget. And then that patient's not coming back in, and that's another lost patient. And, if you are getting 25 new patient appointments, new patients, if you have 25 new patients every month, that doesn't mean much if you're losing 25 every month that aren't coming back in.
Well, I was thinking about you last night when I got back from my presentation. It was about 10 o'clock at night, and I needed to make an appointment. I've still got snow tires on my car, and I've got to take those off and put my regular tires on. And I opened up 3 web browsers for 3 different tire places in my area, and I was pricing out tires, and one had a feature to schedule the installation. And with my schedule, I thought, this is great. Now I can pick out the tires I want. They'll have them ready for me. I won't have to sit around. I'll get them. I'll walk in. They get it installed. I'm gone. Matter of fact, I schedule it at lunchtime. So I'll walk across the street to a restaurant, have lunch while the tires are going on, and be done. And that really hit home, because now I think, you know what? Those other 2 companies that I ignored really lost my business. It no longer became a matter of how much the cost was, because that was originally why I opened all 3 browsers. It really became a convenience factor. And that really made a big difference. I thought about you when I did that.
Well, thank you. Yeah. But it's so true. And I'm definitely guilty of that as well, too. I do that with my oil change, getting my oil changed. I always get it done with the dealership. And not necessarily because it's any cheaper, because it's definitely not. But the convenience part of it, I can just book it online and bring my car in, and you don't have to worry about the long lines, and will be able to take it in and not. You're trying to get a hold of them, you call them, you put on hold, and it's just don't have time for that.
Yeah. And we live in a world where, hey, and even at Starbucks, you don't need to wait in line anymore. You just schedule your drink, and it's sitting there when you get there. So, we're in a world where that is become the norm, and people expect it. And it's like FedEx. If your package isn't there by 10, you're freaking out. There's something wrong with the company at that point. And I think when it trickles down to what we do with our clients, it's really important that they have that same outcome, that same process that people expect from other places. It's just become the norm. Walmart, you don't have to go in anymore. They can deliver it to your car chairs. Curbside.
Right.
Every company's getting to that point. So we have to flow with the tide too.
Right. And that all kind of ties into the Disney experience that you like to encourage with all of your clients, and just with any dental offices, that you really want to put together this whole experience from the moment they go to your website or just looking for a dentist to when they're leaving the office doors. You want to make sure that it's this great experience to where they not only want to come back to your office, but also tell friends and family of how great it is. And that way you're getting those patients and long-term patients in the office.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what I learned from Disney, and what I learned from Ritz-Carlton, what I learned from Nordstrom's, what I learned from Yves Saint Laurent, these things go beyond just having a customer, but having a customer who you're sensitive to, who you accept as what they are, and you work towards making your practice work in the way that they want to work. So guess what? They refer their friends and family and everybody else who act and respond in the same ways they do. And they don't mind spending a few dollars more or coming outside of their network for insurance. And that's what we're finding is dentistry is becoming a commodity, and we've got to get to the point where patients accept us for who we are and for what we charge above and beyond that normal, it's just a checkup.
Right. So you have, or I should say, LocalMed's got our G.O.S.T here, but you have your Bitmoji. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it started as just as a whim. I was trying to figure out a way. I hated to have to redo my headshot on a regular basis. The one nice thing is I only wear black, so it makes life really easy. My closet is just a stream of black. So, and I wanted to come up with something so that if I decide at some point I'm going to retire again, which I've done a couple times, if I decided I'm going to walk away from the business can go on with me, but without me. So I created this Bitmoji, and now it's become this thing where I've got thousands of them. So for whatever occasion, and instead of just putting up like a emoji, like a smiling face, I've got one that looks like me. So it became a mascot for the office. And now, like I think I was telling you a while ago, my assistant said, we could kill you. We could bury your body in the back of the office and nobody would even know you're gone because we just use the Bitmojis. So we could be doing this interview and you wouldn't even know it was me because it'd be a Bitmoji sitting here instead of me on the screen.
Exactly.
And they'd fake my voice. Yeah. So, not a big deal. We'll just hang out in Brooklyn for a little while and I'll have the same voice I do.
No, but it definitely makes it fun. And Ghost here was channeling his inner Andre for today's ghost story. He's wearing his black in honor of you and got some fun black shades on as well. So no, we definitely enjoy that. I mean, you got to have fun with what you do, and I know you do that. We do that here with Ghost. So it's always fun seeing other people who are getting into that, and people who follow with that. It makes it fun, and you got to have fun with what you do.
Yeah, and then it's not work. Like for me, I don't ever go to work. I have fun every day, and I love what I do. I love working with the clients that I work with. I love seeing the success of the doctors who get something out of what we do on a daily basis, and that makes a big difference.
Yes, and when you have, for us, in our case, our product, and for you with what you do, when you're so passionate about what you do, it definitely does trickle into other places, and people, I think, do pick up on that, and then that's why I think you have such a following. I know you have an EagleSoft users group that you do as well. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, the EagleSoft Field Guide was something that I created just internally for my coaching clients, and it was a way so that, again, I could walk away and people could have their own sort of conversations. And it went from, I think, 55 people to about 1,500 people. And we're now close to, I think we're 3,100 people. And it just became this like thing. And, now my friends tease me because they say it's kind of like my Deadhead or my Fish concert where, all these EagleSoft users get together and just have a chance to talk. We're actually having an event in May of 2018 where people are just coming to Philadelphia just to get together and figure out better ways to use the software. So it just became this thing, and we just really ran with it. It's a lot of fun, and now it's all consuming. I probably answer about 100 emails a day, but it's a lot of fun. I love doing it.
Yes, no, and it's really good. And for those of you who are watching this and don't know, LocalMed is actually integrated with EagleSoft. That's one of the practice management systems that we work with. And so this is another way that with utilizing EagleSoft, that can really benefit the practice of being able to have those patients book online. But it's really nice because the appointments will actually automatically be placed into EagleSoft, and it works with your scheduling rules. So it's really nice to have that tie in there.
Yeah, and it's great because in that group, in that forum, it's great because users can not only have to reach out to support from LocalMed, they can say, this is how we do it, and this is how we've tweaked it, and this is what we've done to make it better. And that's the kind of stuff I love because sometimes, what's in the manual is great, but hearing what your colleagues are doing with a software like that and how they integrate it in what they do on a daily basis really makes a big difference to get the most out of the software.
Oh, most definitely. When it's something that you're using on a daily basis and spending that much money on, you want to make the most out of it. And I think that's the biggest thing that we hear from our clients even is that they didn't even realize what they can do with their schedule because they were never walked through that. And we fortunately have a very good support team here that will be able to say, hey, here's actually how a lot of people have scheduled before and it's worked out with them. You might want to try looking at it that way. And so I know with your users group, it's a great forum for them to be able to pick each other's brains and see what's really been successful for other practices.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now off to a fun question. I know you had mentioned earlier this week that your son was coming home from Paris recently. So if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you want to travel to?
Oh, I've already got it staked out. I'm a car guy.
You got the whole plan. You got the whole plan of.
I got the whole plan laid out because it's funny. It's a tie-in, but I'm a huge car guy, and one of my big missions in life is to go to Crewe, spelled differently, which is in the UK, to the Bentley factory, and actually pick out a car, bring it home, and have it for there. That is my ultimate trip. Even though I could care less about the surroundings, I don't need to really travel.
You just want to be in a factory.
That's it. I could go to Maranello, go to the Ferrari factory. I could hit every single car factory out there, and that would be an awesome trip for me.
That's amazing. I love that. Yeah. So
as long as they have tacos too.
I don't know how many tacos you can find in England, though.
That's all right. I'll still find it. Yeah, everybody's got them someplace.
Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, most people will be like, oh, someplace was beautiful, the scenery. Nope, I want to be in a factory, a concrete factory.
That's
drinking
it.
out of a car and eating some tacos.
Eating tacos in a car factory, smelling the oil. That would be fine for me.
Oh, yeah, some tacos with a side of oil. That sounds very appetizing.
Yeah, who cares about the beach, you know?
Oh, that's too funny. Well, when you're wearing all black, I'm sure it radiates, that heat if you're at the beach. So I get you're doing climate control is really what you're thinking.
There you go. See, that's okay. Good. You're my new spokesperson.
So if anyone else wanted to find out more about you, what you do, how can they find you, get in contact with you, all of that?
Best way now is hit the website, which is thecrewprocess.com. And there's links all over the page that just, if you hit the link, it will dial my phone. I love talking directly to people. I mean, the slogan for our company is personal service, outstanding results. So people who call the number, our 800 number, or you can call my direct cell number, you will get me and you'll talk directly to me. I love that because there's nothing worse. And again, this goes back to what we talked about, the availability of scheduling and everything else. There's nothing worse than getting an answering machine and then waiting for a call back. And that I want to be able to respond to somebody immediately. So, yep. So website.
You're very hard to talk to.
There you go. And I'm such a quiet person. I never have a thing to say. So
No, not at all. And you are, it's fantastic. And as you guys can tell, Andre is a fantastic person. So if you're able to have a conversation with him, or if you are an EagleSoft user and want to be part of his group and have questions, definitely join it. I know I'm part of that group, and all day long people are posting things, and it's very insightful and is very helpful.
Thanks. It's a lot of fun.
And so if anyone out there listening is wanting to know more about LocalMed, you can go to our website, www.localmed.com/dentist. You can find out some more information there. Andre, thank you so much for being on this chapter of Ghost Stories. We had a blast. I know Ghost is enjoying his time here.
Good to see him again, too.
Well, thanks, Andre. And until next time, we will chat later.
Thanks.
Bye.